What's up, Mysterious, back again with another video. Today I'm just going to be talking about like the kind of negativity I kind of feel and sense in my day-to-day life, like when I go outside and everything. Because honestly, like for the past like few months I've noticed, or like even years or a couple of years, I've kind of noticed that like whenever I go outside, even just for like 10 minutes or something, it's like I can automatically sense this like negativity that people have that they're kind of like spreading onto other people. Like it's like it's just leaching onto other people. It's like a disease or some shit. Like people, they have like this sad, depressed look on their face. They're kind of like pissed off. They look like their life is kind of shit, and they're just always in a bad mood. It kind of seems like, and it feels like they kind of pit that onto other people, especially when they're talking, like when they're in a bad mood. It's like they spread that onto other people. When everyone else when other people are just trying to have a nice day, you know what I mean? When people like me are just trying to have a nice, normal, like chilled out day, and people are just trying to like be a cunt for no reason, basically. So it's something I've noticed for a while, and I definitely think it depends on the kind of like location you're in, like which city you live in, which kind of country you live in, etc. So for me, like I keep talking about how I'm gonna move. I keep thinking about how I'm like moving like all the time. I keep thinking about how or when I'm gonna move country, and it's pretty much just as simple as that. But like I would say, like when I'm in my home, it's like I'm in like this void in space. It's like I'm in this like box in outer space that's like not connected to Earth in any way. It's like as soon as I step out of my house, it's like I can see and feel all this like negativity and like all these cunts like trying to like basically put the fucking negativity on me. It's like annoying as fuck, you know what I mean? But anyway, like all the time it was basically, even today, like even just for like 50 minutes, it just like pissing me off. But yeah. Also, like, yeah, I mean, the longer I go outside, the longer I hang outside, the more I can feel it. It's just like annoying, because it's like people are just trying to be like negative because they think it's like a cool thing, or whatever, you know. It almost feels like a trend just to be like sad and depressed and like negative for no reason. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. People are just stuck in their own loop, you know what I mean? It's like kind of pissing me off. Alright, so from continuing that video on, like 12 hours later into the day, yeah, what I was talking about is like, it's pretty simple, like concept I was trying to get across is like, when I go outside and into like the day, like outside just for like 15 minutes, I can tell like loads of people, they look really depressed, and it feels like they kind of spread that negative energy onto other people. Like they're looking down, they're looking sad, and like when you're happy, it's like they're pissed off that you're happy. It's like they want to bring you down to their level, like mentally. It's like they're angry a bit, like, or frustrated that you're pissed off. They're like, oh, why is he so happy? What's he so happy for? And like when I'm in my home, I feel like I'm just like in some nice like country, like in the middle of nowhere. But like when I go outside, it's like super depressing for a lot of people. For me, for a lot of people, just to see people like the way they are, they're just like down in the dumps, and it just looks like they're trying to survive. It looks like they're just struggling with like the cost of living every day, and like they're just fed up of it, you know what I mean? And I feel like when I move and when I'm gone, I'm just gonna feel like I'm on fucking cloud nine. I'm like up in like I'm just on a really high like vibrational field, like in my mind, and everyone's just gonna be down in the dumps, and they were kind of almost like too stupid enough not to copy what I did, or not to do what I'm doing, not to just like kind of leave that shit behind, or like try to move on, you know what I mean? Because I tried to help people, I tried to bring people along my journey, I tried to encourage people to join me, or encourage people to like be on my side, but they didn't want to listen to me at all. All the signs were there, all the reasons were there to kind of like be by my side, if that makes sense, but they just didn't listen to me. And people are only going to realize that later on, like once I've won, once I have everything I need, like people are really going to regret. Because I don't know if I've said this before, but like a lot of time when people realize they made a mistake, or when people regret doing something or regret not doing something, it's only when like the final result is there. It's only in like the very end. It's only in like the very beginning when they actually see the final result of like what's happened, like the consequences of their actions. They don't see it midway. They don't see it in the beginning at all. They only see it once it's happened, you know what I mean? And there's a certain effect you can have on people if you're like a celebrity or something, or if you're famous or rich. But it'll be impossible for them not to see you in a certain way, in a certain light. It'll be impossible not to somewhat put you on a pedestal, you know what I mean? Because the proof will be kind of in the pudding. But I kind of detach myself from everyone else. I don't see myself the same as other people. I see myself completely different in almost every way imaginable, if that makes sense. There's only a select few people that I know that I actually believe are like me, that are the same as me, that have the same purpose, that come from the same place, that have the same mindset. They're like, believe the same things as me spiritually. And a lot of us have been on like a rocky road, have been on a good path, but it doesn't mean that we can't get back on it. In fact, the fact that we suffered at all shows that we're actually on the right track, because we have to kind of, I believe we have to suffer first, go downhill and then go back uphill to really make it in life, and to really appreciate, you know, the fruits of our reward, if you know what I mean. I think the more, sometimes this is not always true, but like sometimes the more you suffer, the more you appreciate when you win, if you know what I mean. And I feel like that's what's going to happen soon, maybe next year, because I feel like this is about time, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like this is the time for me to start winning. This is time for me to get going. I mean, even though I've not made like that much, or I've not gotten that many views on my YouTube channel, I'm so proud that I've been able to post content and get like even 50 views plus. At least I'm not getting like fucking like 5 or 10 views or something. And some of the times, like, when I don't get views, it's just because I'm not promoting my videos. It's just because I'm not telling people about it. I'm just posting it and just like not telling anyone. If I told like loads of people on like Snapchat and Instagram, I'd probably get a lot more views, but I'm not doing that even. So sometimes, but when I do, I get a lot more views. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't need to be like anyone else. If everyone wants to be disrespectful and rude for no reason, when I go outside in my day-to-day life, they can be like that. They can be like that for the rest of their life. And there's a good fucking chance that it will be. At least even for like the next 2 or 3 decades of their life on this planet, they're gonna kind of be like that. My mom's a bit like that. Mom's very negative. Mom's ultra negative. She wakes up, she has something to complain about. She comes home, she's got something to complain about. But it's a kind of different type of negativity. Hers is more just like complaining. Other people, it's like, they can just stand next to me. I can just tell like they have like this negativity with them, or vibe, or it almost feels like they don't like me, even though they don't know who I am, if that makes sense, which might sound stupid to some people, because they might think, oh, well, I'm just assuming at that point. But I mean, you can tell by some people's body language, like, if they're open to you or not, they're open to talking to you or not, if they're open to like listening to you, or like even like if they kind of like even see you as a human being or not. Some people, they just see you as like a homeless person. Some people just see you as like, you know, like a fucking ant or something. And I don't care about these people, you know. I don't value them at all. They're just goons to me. They're just like peasants. They're just like these fucking like guys like in don't know if you played Batman Arkham City, but like the fucking goons in that game, it's like they're just like that. You know what I mean? They're below me. I mean, that sounds a bit narcissistic to say, oh, like these people are below me. But really, if you're like purposefully like putting yourself on a lower vibration, if you're purposefully giving yourself a more like negative life and having a purposefully like having this kind of negative outlook on the world for no reason, it's like you're kind of making yourself that person. You're kind of making yourself a low life, straight up like low lives. And they don't want to admit it, but it's so obvious. Like the way they dress, the people they hang out with, their everyday tasks, their bad habits. It's just like, you cannot think that you are like better than me with the way that you act, with the way that you do things with people you hang out with, hanging out with fucking like criminals, hanging out with drug dealers, and you think you're better than me. You think the people are like, you hang out like honestly, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, just get away from me, you know what I mean? I can be here in my home by myself, chilling, and not give a fuck about what any of these people think, because I believe in myself that I can make it in life, that I can make it somewhere without all this shit, you know what I mean? Without all these people and this shit around me, you know what I mean? Even if it's a risk, sometimes that's what life is about, you know what I mean? But we'll see. I'm gonna start posting more videos if I can. I've just been very tired recently. Been sleeping like 12 hours a day the past few weeks. Had a few interruptions, and that keeps coming into my home. It's like, it's kind of annoying to make videos sometimes, but we'll see. Comment below what videos you want me to make next. If you want to see any collabs or anything, I can talk about that later on. But yeah, anyway, see y'all later. Mysterious out.